We're live. What up, y'all? What up, McKenna? What up,
What up,
Sean?
McKenna?
What
Sean
up, Biddy? What
P.
up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
What's good, folks?
So it is 2 minutes after 11. I'm gonna do the intro
Oh yeah,
right
still yeah.
now. And, yeah. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ,
You
and I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now let me give you the skinny on another element of today's show.
You're skinny?
No,
No?
used to be. But
Okay.
not anymore.
Got you.
So I am currently
Hmm.
in the midst of a dilemma.
No.
You see,
The dilemmiest of the
the
dilemmas.
dilemmiest of dilemmas, right? See, Thursday, a plumber was supposed to come here.
Hmm.
He did not.
Hmm.
There was excuses made. That part is irrelevant. We were never told when the person was coming, so we assumed we wouldn't have a date until the landlord got back with us. Apparently, there was no communication all the way around. Because 8 o'clock this morning, that's right, 8 o'clock this morning, a plumber shows up at our door. The plumber comes in, takes a look at the sink, takes a look at the pipes down here, and then says, I'll be back, going to the store. That was over an hour ago. I have a show to do. Also, I was dead ass asleep when he came. So I was dead ass asleep until probably about 25 to 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was walking around. Half of me was still in the veil. So he hasn't come back yet. I'm down in the basement. He's going to knock on the front door. I have one headphone right here just so I can hear. So there might be intermittent times where after, I'll be back. That's what's going to happen through the course of the show if he comes back.
Right.
Guarantee you, when he does, if he does, it'll be at the most inconvenient time ever. Because that's what Heroes did. No, it's not what Heroes did. That's what Zeros did. That's what a landlord who has cut ties with insurance companies, who never thought about getting connected to a management company to handle all of this stuff so he wouldn't have to, who low-key I suspect has also been kicked out of his house, and his wife has nothing to do with him, and his kids don't either. This is just speculation on my part.
Yo.
Certain shit that used to be the thing ain't happening. I'm putting it out there. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm thinking he's back to the bullshit of getting his cousin's nephew on the father's side, twice removed from the aunt, family member to come over to fix stuff. Because it's gig work for them, they don't have the same requirement of being on time or being professional or none of that other stuff. Doesn't help the tenants much. And I'm just ready to leave. I'm ready. I told SBJ before we started this, I'm ready to just all of us leave. Just leave. But I got to keep constantly hearing goofy excuses why we can't leave. Like, we ain't got the money. That stupid shit. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we at today on the show. Last week, we didn't do a show because wedding stuff. Whole bunch of wedding stuff. Next week, there won't be a show either because wedding.
Yeah.
Wedding. Right? It's going to be a long day for me. It's going to be even a longer day for this nigga. All right? So bear with us through this transitional period.
Facts.
When he comes back from his wedding nuptials and all that other stuff, we'll probably be on a more consistent schedule, right? But it is what it is. Hey, Chrissy. It is what it is. But I must warn you that I'm also very annoyed today.
Well, hold on. To be fair, though. Oh,
Shoosh.
all right.
I am very annoyed about a lot of things,
I mean,
right?
again,
Super annoyed.
Yep. Okay.
So, with that in mind, if I tend to veer off or pivot to something that's completely outlandish, that's why. My brain is not fully settled. I'm so annoyed right now. So very annoyed right now about a lot of shit, right? So, like I said, you've been warned. I am not a stable actor today.
Again, I feel like.
Shoosh.
Okay.
Chaotic Neutral
Yeah.
is the title. I am not chaotic neutral.
Wait. That's not why I named it that. I didn't. Hold up. McKenna says so too. Your usual dementia brain rants, you mean? See, I was trying to say it nicer than that.
Shoosh.
So, the whole chaotic neutral thing is not about a final state. It's just about what's happening. There is chaotic good happening and there's chaotic bad happening.
Well,
it's not about the final state.
Yes.
Trust me.
True. It's true. It's true.
It's not about the final state. So yeah, similar to the last time that we were here. This is just gonna be a catch-up episode. There's no specific
there's no
topic.
And I'm sure. Well, listen, this nigga did tings.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my tings out the way.
Yeah.
Because this nigga did things.
Yeah. Go ahead, kick us off. Good sir.
All right. So I don't know how many of you saw it. Braden posted about it. First amongst us to speak about this. But the platform we've been working on, which comes with some new uses of technology, the patent's in. So we can talk about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, the patent's in, so we can talk about it now. And honestly, me talking about this on the show, it's not going to really do it justice.
Correct.
I'm going to wait till Gray and all that. And matter of fact, we might do this thing with Majestic. Might have B, SBJ, Honey Dragon. Who knows? Like, we might be on there just talking about the shit.
Right.
But I am super excited about that shit because we believe it's going to revolutionize comic books or the way people consume comic books, like their experience with it. So that's the big good news. A lot of time went into this, and also a lot of expense. Right? So shout out to especially Graydon and Ash, right? Because they did a lot of this. They front loaded a lot of the work on this and the expense, right? So, yeah, big shout out to them. My week, and some of this stuff I've in real time, I've talked to SBJ about, but he's been a very busy bee, you can imagine, right? So our usual communications on WhatsApp that we do all the time, they slowed because it's shit happening, right? There's all kinds of shit happening, right? So when something did come up, I would go, hey, yo, this bullshit. Let me give you one of them. So you know my constant war with insects and things around my home. It's ongoing, but for a while I had pretty much one. as far as
That's where you misunderstood.
where my boundaries were being respected, right? And they still are. They still are.
Your boundaries were being allowed.
It's being respected. You will respect my authority, right?
I don't know if that's the word, bro.
But as Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park, nature finds a way. And that's kind of what happens here. So these goddamn wasps have obviously learned the lesson that it doesn't make sense to put hives or start hives anywhere on my house because I'm just going to find them and take them down. It's going to be a whole thing. But that transition period in between them coming to that realization meant those figs out there weren't getting actually pollinated. So that shit looked crazy too. Actually, I preferred it that way, to be honest with you, because that way I didn't have a bunch of rotted shit falling down out the tree and all of that. But okay. Well, the other day, I go out to the backyard, and just beyond my fence, right where those trees that came down, where they originally were, I saw a swarm, swarms of these big-ass wasps. These motherfuckers were huge, and it was a lot of them. That swarm probably took up the space of a mid-sized house and a bit of the front yard of that, what would be the front yard of that house. It was all over the place. And I'm in the backyard going, yo, there's nothing between us but an opportunity.
You've changed things.
Listen. It was a lot of them. Now, here's the thing. They're not on our property. Not on the house, not anywhere in the yard, but they are close enough where they could still fuck with those figs the way they want.
Mm-hmm.
And they are. But these motherfuckers are big. So I'm looking like, is it a hive over here? Then I noticed there was like some wild raspberries growing on the trees. I'm like, huh? So these things love fruit. They all into the fruit game, right? So turns out, I don't think it's a hive there. I think they were there for the raspberries and they got the figs. This is like a market, right? Right? It was around there for that. The reason why I don't think they got a hive there is because later that evening, there was none to be found. None to be found over there. But then and then the next day, they wasn't there at all. But the day after that, they was there, right? The thing that's crazy is I go and say, well, what type of wasp are this? Because one of them actually got in the house. I think two got in the house, but I didn't know it was the same one. But I thought it was like this big. Thick little bastards too. So I went and did a quick research. I said, all right, what is the largest wasp or variant of a wasp in my area? Gave me a whole list of them. And the ones at the top of the list, they got something called a cicada killer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I saw that one of them. Because remember I told y'all before, I go out in the backyard and I see some shit fighting or whatever, and then the cicada hit the ground and the thing flew off or whatever, right? Only for the cicada to get up later, like it faked the funk or whatever. It played dead or whatever, right? It's like, what the fuck? But that's not what these were. These were something called European hornets. And God damn it, this ain't Europe.
Well,
how the fuck?
I mean,
how did they get here? How? Who brought them over here?
The Europeans.
When?
Kind of tracks.
Because
ever. What?
Humongous. Good thing about them, though, they will sting the absolute shit out of you, but they're not aggressive like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bad thing about them, they count their territory as about 2 or 3 football fields. Where they were over swarming
Mm-hmm.
was decidedly not the size.
No, not the size of one.
Not the size of one football field.
Correct.
All right. So that means
my point.
that's why they kept going back and forth
Mm-hmm.
to get the. But they wasn't fucking with us except for the ones that came in the house. And believe me,
until they so choose.
And then they died. So
well, those two
did die.
Yeah, because they went on their own.
They horribly.
Yeah, but because they came on their own.
True, but I mean like Hellraiser.
And I would like to let you know that if the Corvids come back,
listen,
and they find out what you're doing to these wasps, then the wasps are going to find out what you've been doing to these wasps, and they won't be sending their carpenters.
Yo, you are ass, yo. Yo, they're not sending us their best people.
They will be sending their warriors and droves.
Listen.
I know you are capable of a great many things.
I'm capable of great violence.
Sure, absolutely. Unironically. However, if 6 of these motherfuckers come at you at once,
6 of them are my size. Yo, these motherfuckers are humongous. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you understand. They are huge. McKenna says, you would be surprised how many native U.S. species are replaced by European species. In fact, the only native earthworms in the U.S. are in the PNW and in Florida. Anywhere else you see earthworms, they're actually European. I did not know that.
That's crazy.
I did not know that. So Europeans were just colonizing everything, even in bugs.
I mean,
it's taking over shit. I guess. I guess that's how that goes. But yeah, so the other thing I found out about them is that I said, what time of year they active? Because I want to know when they shutting the fuck down, right? So according to what I read, they're active from like May to October, depending on the weather, right? Well, that puts me on the hornet of a dilemma because I don't want it to get cool. I want us to have mild weather till December.
Yeah.
Honestly. But that also flies in opposition to my desire to not have the motherfuckers constantly coming back and forth and back and forth in the yard. So do I root for the mild weather anyway? Or do I say, please get cold so they can shut the fuck down? I think I'm going to side with the mild weather, and here's why.
You play a dangerous game.
Listen. It's like they said, they are not hyper aggressive.
Sure.
So we've been living kind of copacetic. I've still been able to go out back. They've been fucking with the figs. That fig tree is probably about not even 10 feet from, well, maybe a little more than 10 feet from the door of the backyard. They haven't been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been out there. They ain't really fuck with me like that. So it's like, all right, I'll take my chances with the warm weather. So let's have that warm weather till December, nay, till February. That's right, February. I want till February. We don't even need really need a winter this year. We don't need that.
I mean,
y'all can keep that.
Sure.
Maybe next year.
I get. I mean,
we'll think about it next year. We'll
I
have discussions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want the warm thing. Now, this nigga's wedding.
It ain't about what you want.
Has it ever been? Has it ever been? Listen, this nigga's wedding is next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the temperature is going to be.
I don't remember. Chrissy told me.
I don't know if it's going to rain.
It was supposed to rain earlier in the week. Now it's saying no rain.
Okay. It's probably still too far out.
A little bit.
For us to really think about that.
Yeah.
So something else. You know, as more shit happens, as we like, for those of us that has been on the train, been on that train already of there's the decline that's coming and it's not going to be pretty. There's been a few of us that's been on that for a while. While everybody else thought things was gonna, nothing stays the same, except for human nature of being trash. That's the only thing that stays basically relatively the same. There's been, of course, y'all have heard me talk about wanting to bounce, getting the fuck out of here at my earliest convenience. The moment I am able to spell able, I'm getting the fuck out of here, right? There have been places I've talked about. Belize, recently Panama. Belize is kind of easier. Panama is a little more difficult because of their visa stuff. Like living there would be probably great, but getting in there to get the residency is things you have to. So, and they've changed a lot of that stuff that when it was easy. So unless I was going in on a retirement thing, the other stuff is definitely going to cost me a bunch of money. Definitely. And I say a bunch of money. I'm talking anywhere from 200 to 250K for investment. You got to put investment in a bank or purchase some property up to that amount. Like it's a big deal to get some of those other visas, right? So this week I was looking at some other places that look very, very promising. Before my policy was not to really speak about it too much, only because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I didn't want a bunch of people crowding down there. You know what I'm saying? But since we are in an emergency situation, look into Uruguay. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Just look into it. If you're interested in going, now if you hear to fight World War III with them, don't ignore all of that. Ignore all that. You here for that? You want to have your 1776 moment, right?
Yo,
you here for that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to stop you. In fact, I applaud you.
I mean, sure.
Ass.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
Kick ass. But if
Wouldn't
you
let that shit happen to me though.
Like, but if you on that, hey man, I got one life to live. Count people that don't want to help themselves, or you help in the ways that you can help, spreading information, showing support, boycotting where you need to boycott. Cool. I'm there with you. I'm right there with you, right? But if you're trying to bounce, look at Uruguay. Take a look at it. It's pretty good from what I've seen so far. I'm still looking into it myself, but it's not bad. Not bad. There's beaches there too. Just saying. Not far from Brazil. Yeah.
Brazil.
Brazil. Let's see the other thing for this week. Of course, my sleep pattern is off all the time, but it's off even for me. I don't know why this is the case. Like I said, my shit was abnormal. My shit been abnormal for well over a decade, probably 2 decades, right? But this week, it's been different. Like, I will look up after being so absorbed and I'm writing or I'm doing some shit. It's 3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. It's 5 a.m. Oh shit! I didn't realize where the time went. Then let me go get some sleep, and then I only sleep for 2 hours or 2.5, at most 3. That shit sucks. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit sucks. McKenna says, I feel you, Toon. Currently applying for both a digital nomad visa in Colombia and citizenship for Poland through citizenship by descent. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's really it's a lot. What I will say about Uruguay and Paraguay, like you can, and Uruguay, I believe, you don't have to wait no period of time to apply for permanent residency. So I think that's cool. But you could also do temporary residency for 2 years and then renew it. until you feel like you want to, you might decide that's not where you want to land, right? But Uruguay is very progressive, right? So a lot of the things that some of us wanted to see implemented here, they already did that shit. They already did it, right? So just something to think about. But yeah, my sleep pattern is off like a motherfucker. Talked to my mom this week. Listen, my mom, her memory is not great. It's not. And I wonder sometimes when I talk to her, when I see her, am I looking at the future? My future. Because my memory now is ass. Not long-term shit. For some reason, the long-term shit is rock solid up in here. It'd be short-term. Short-term shit. Walk up to the top of the steps for a reason. Get to the top of the steps. Do not remember why I went up there.
I would like to inform you that is really bad because, and the reason I say that is because generally it's the doorway that does it. Generally, when you leave or enter a room, that's when it happens.
Facts.
So top of the steps is kind of concerning, my guy.
It is, bro. Oh, I opened a tab on the computer specifically for a reason.
Yeah, I would argue that that's I would argue that that's a digital doorway.
Could be. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, but at the top of my stairs, there's a doorway.
But had you gone through it yet?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Walk, get to the top, and be like,
okay. All right, never mind. That tracks.
What the fuck did I come up here for?
Yeah, that tracks.
It still leads me to wonder, like, is that my future?
Yeah.
Because when I tell you my mom's memory is bad, I mean, we will literally be in the middle of a conversation and she will tell me something again, which we already talked about that. Now, to be clear, my mom has always complained about her memory, even when she was younger, right? But when you get older, whatever issues you had when you was younger, exacerbate when you're older.
Yeah.
I hate to see it. I do. I hate to see it. My mom was pretty sharp, and she still is. She has those moments, right? And I start also thinking, nigga, you almost 60. So, you lucky you still got them all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it is what it is with that. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. And my anxiety rises higher when I get a phone call from my sister or somebody else in the family because it's about my mom. Like, and to the point where my sister now, she starts with, everything's fine. Because she knows.
I get it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She know, right? It's one of them things. Also, this week, had to settle on what exactly I was going to wear to James's wedding. I am not going to be super gussied up because I got to work that day.
Yeah, that's true.
But I still wanted to look together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because
this is my man Chit. I'm not going in there with the, you know what I'm saying? So I did pick out exactly what I was gonna wear. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on my African shit that day. I am. Like, look, it is what it is. I'm gonna be on that day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna show my ass that day because this is about them.
Yeah, no, wear clothes that fit. Please.
Show ass that way.
Okay.
My bad. I was talking behavior.
Oh, right? Okay.
I'm going to be on my best behavior there. However, let it be known that I am one of 2 photographers that are going to be there that day.
Yeah.
We take priority in pictures.
100%.
Just do.
There's no question about that?
I know everybody got their phones.
Matters none.
You gotta wait. you gotta wait. Now, SBJ has already put that out there. That's it's on writing.
It's a part of the invitation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the invitation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just chill.
And we're gonna have somebody announce it. Like it's still
right.
like no, listen, you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Yeah, no, not playing these type of games.
Niggas is not playing.
Facts.
Listen, all I'm saying is there's gonna be a lot of people that day. And I remember when this nigga told me how many people the first time I said, that's a lot of people. Said, no, it ain't.
I ain't never said that shit.
You did.
No,
you absolutely did. Early on.
Listen to me clearly.
Listen
to me clearly. I would never.
Listen, I think this is before it was 100.
Okay, when it was less people, I might have.
Yeah, that was early on.
But that was the point I was making. That was the exact point.
To me, that number was a lot.
Nigga, it's always a lot. My saying it wasn't a lot of people wasn't saying there wasn't a lot of people. It was saying there could be more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the number increased.
Asked, I can't see the name. Knee Sweat asked, do us Latinos get the N-word pass? I just saw a video It was Latino, a girl, I think she's a real estate, whatever, and she was talking about her whole thing was, I know a lot of people want to move to these different places, sometimes a whole nother continent because they think they're going to get a different life. But she was basically saying there are other countries right here in South America that you could, if you're Latin already, you already live there, you could move there and get that same thing that you went all the way up there looking for. She was literally just talking about that in the video. So, yeah, I don't know if they give you any preferential whatever, but you already got a leg up because you speak Spanish.
Yeah.
You already got a leg up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, anyway, it's going to be quite a few people there. Mm-hmm. The venue is rather large, especially in the area where everybody's going to be eating and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit's pretty big, right?
Yeah. That's what she said.
I can't stand this nigga. Although I now that I sit back and think about it, I am a little bit concerned with the area that the actual wedding is taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Is that big enough?
Yeah. There's gonna be enough seats in there for everybody.
And for some reason in my memory of it makes it smaller than what it actually is. Like at the time, I was like, "Yeah, this is."
Yeah, no, it's gonna be enough space.
Okay, yeah. All right, it's gonna be packed.
I mean,
everybody that got an invitation.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
That's all I can say.
I've seen that shit.
That's all I can say.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Look, it's gonna be. But like I said. Man, Shafir, I went so far as to even take some of the document that.
What up, GA?
What up, GA? That the document with the time, the events, where everything happens, y'all have scheduled, whatever. I did that and turned that into a shot list too. So I like literally, all right, this I took that. This happens then. This okay, whatever. So because this is a black event, I'm not sure whether or not the times are suggestive times.
No, nigga, I don't play. Listen, I don't play with people's time. I don't play with my time. Listen, all right. If you get there after the ceremony start, you can wait until the reception. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. That's
all. That's cool.
That's all.
You'll still see us.
Yeah, you might see it coming out.
Hey. I don't listen. Love y'all. I don't play that.
Nah,
that's not my thing. Yeah,
because this is an all day deal.
Right? Yeah.
So
we not stopping and having you distract. No.
Even if everything happens on time like it's supposed to, this is an all day.
Still thing. Long. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're not playing those type of games. Nah. With the time that we gave. All right. So it ain't too. It's probably not too many people that are going to be there that are listening that are not a part of the party. So
Yes,
I can
yes.
say this: um, the the stated time that we gave to people is
Mhm.
not the time that we have to
Of
start.
course, of
Yeah, we
course,
gave them an earlier time
of course.
than what we're actually going to start at. But our actual time is the
Yep.
time.
Right.
Once
Yeah.
that passes, no one else will be going into that ceremony.
Once
Area.
that passes, your time is up.
Facts.
Their time is now. But yeah, other than that, my week was full of trying to be as constructive as possible, doom scrolling,
Hmm.
and finding new ways to make revenue. That's what my week was. So I'm gonna give it up because I know my man's got a lot going on over here.
Listen, here's the problem,
What's the
right?
problem?
The problem is I have so much going on that I left so much shit out of my notes
I bet.
because I didn't have all the time in the world to sit down and add to my notes.
I bet.
Like I said, another explanation of the title for those who weren't there when I said it the first time. Chaotic neutral is because there's so much going on. It is not the final state. It is just that there's a lot of chaotic good and a lot of chaotic bad that's happening at the same goddamn time. So, let me see. Since the last time we've been on, all right, because I know I said last time, I mentioned last time that once the wedding finishes, then wedding watch will turn to baby watch. So I'm pretty sure I didn't. I don't know. My memory's terrible, but I'm pretty sure I didn't bring up the stuff about the baby that had
The
happened
baby.
recently. We went and did an anatomy scan of this little nigga. I've said it before. I don't know if I said it before here. This little nigga, I'm sure he has ADHD. I'm convinced. There's no, you can't convince
Got
me
to,
otherwise. Got it
you got it
honest.
honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
got
got
it
it honest.
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 But I'm certain. Um, so because this is a pregnancy with several risk factors, we have done more sonograms than the average pregnancy would have. And not because they were looking for something, but simply because we had more appointments. And
Right.
every time we had an appointment, we wanted to see the baby. So it was like, all right, cool. They afford us that privilege. So I don't think there's been a single sonogram where this little nigga cooperated the way that he was supposed to. So even on the first sonogram, they was like, "Are you sure you're only such and such amount pregnant? Because usually they don't move this much at this stage." And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what is happening right now? So when we got to the anatomy scan, he's like, he was laying a very specific position, and then it was like, all right, when we wanted him to move, he wouldn't move.
Right. Right.
When we got him into the position that the nurse, I guess she's a nurse. I'll say nurse. I don't know what her actual title
Right.
was. That the nurse wanted him in. He was like, nah, I'm good, and just went somewhere else. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Can you please cooperate? So
Man,
out of
it's funny
all,
that you're asking him to
yeah,
cooperate
I know.
now because you're gonna be asking a
Oh
lot.
no, listen, no, nah. Once he here, I listen. I deal in so many things. Usually ultrasound, radiology. Thanks, McKenna. Um, I deal in a lot of things. One thing I do not deal in is delusion. Once he's out and has free range and free roam, no, I might not ever ask him that question because I'm aware it's not gonna happen. There's no I don't believe in wasting my voice.
You got listen. You're gonna have some grace because when he's a baby, he's a baby.
Yeah.
But when he start talking When that little nigga start toddling around.
Oh.
Woo!
Hey, one thing I know is Toddle is going to Toddle.
Toddle's gonna toddle.
Hey, it's the thing. But we got through every picture we needed except for 4.
Interesting.
Luckily we happened to get the most important ones. So
Right.
they let us go because they like that appointment can last up to 3 hours or some shit like that. Maybe it was 2 hours. I can't remember, but they was like, all right, look, he's clearly doing what he wants to do right now. We have 4 more pictures that we have to take. We'll just have you come back in a month.
Get used to hearing that, right?
Oh, nigga, listen, I'm not.
His teacher
Again,
look, he's clearly doing what
again, I don't deal in delusion. I do not deal in delusion. I got in trouble for that shit so many times when I was younger. Yeah, I'm ready for all that shit to come back.
Chrissy said the way they were shaking my belly.
Yeah, it was nothing that I didn't expect. once we got to that point, it's like, yeah, like, oh, he's really, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. I get it.
He's mine.
Yeah, the ultrasound we did before that, he was like kicking and waving his feet and hands and shit. I'm like, bro, like you can calm down, you can chill out. That's not gonna happen. Apparently, there are like several days when like he'll be chilling all day, and then when I come in the house, apparently he wants to beat his mother up.
Let me up out of this motherfucker.
I'm like, yo, that's crazy. We're still not quite to the point where I would be able to feel him kick yet. But she's definitely to the point where she can feel it consistently and know exactly where he is and all that other good stuff. What else? I think that's all the updates for him. So next up, I think I'm just gonna go with work. Talk about chaotic bad. So I've brought up on here within the past few weeks or so, like how I'm experiencing something that I can only describe as spiraling, but not in the negative way that we tend to like associate with that term. Like nothing's going downhill or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's just that there's so fucking much going on. Right. And my brain is like scattered. And a part of that is the work stuff. Now, I've talked before on here about how happy I am that I am not a supervisor. Don't want it.
I don't think you know what you listen.
No, nigga. Wouldn't be prudent. The reason I always give is because I don't want to be responsible for people. Well, that's not the only reason. Another more specific reason is that I absolutely hate training. I detest.
Oh, I see.
I detest training people.
I can see that.
I abhor training people. And people be, but you're so good. Matters none. Matters none. Doesn't mean anything. That's about me. I want to do a particular thing, so I figure out how to do it. That's not.
Can I say one thing about that though? So when I've been a supervisor at time or two, right? And depending on, you always got to do some training when somebody comes in new. You got to make sure they up to speed on how to do shit. But then there's also, in my particular field, there's also state shit where OSHA requires that when something changes or whatsoever, that you got to literally take the entire crew and teach them all at once. Like, hey, see this? We get a new piece of equipment. You got to learn it first. And then you got to, I have found that because everybody kind of learns differently, that's the part of it that makes it the most difficult.
Yep.
that part right there. But I didn't have a problem per se. Like, it didn't irritate me or annoy me to a certain degree. But I think that had a lot to do with the fact that this is also self-preservation.
Nigga.
Yeah, like I'm in charge of this shit, so they got to be on point because I don't need them breaking shit, and I don't need them not cleaning properly the way they're supposed to clean. And I need to get out of here when I need to get out of here on time, and not because they didn't know how to use this shit. They didn't do something right. Now we got to go back and do it over.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't need to be watching over you while you doing your fucking shit. I can be in the office doing what I'm doing, which in the last 2 weeks of that job was talking on the phone to my wife. You know but be that as it may,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I can certainly understand why you would not want to have to deal with that.
Nigga, it's if it wasn't a work segment, it would be in the Scuff My Tim segment. Like 100%, without question. I almost started to put some of it in there, and then I was like, nah, I'll just have all of it under work. But we're at the point in this project that I'm working on that we're trying to roll out, that we're starting to roll out. So because I'm running point on the part that I'm talking about. So obviously I knew when that started that I was going to have to, help train people. That comes with the territory. I know that. I often complain about computer illiterate people.
You did.
This is old hat. We're not entering any new territory. That's where we're gonna live right there for this. Names changed to protect the innocent. Actually,
you mean the infamous?
I'm not going to say. If I say a name, I'm going to try to avoid names as much as possible. Actually, I'm not even going to change them. I also want to be clear that everything I'm about to say isn't necessarily the person that I'm talking about's fault. Right? Everything isn't. That does not change the impact, though. So, I want to be clear about that. There are a bunch of factors, though, including pressure and anxiety and all this type of stuff that play a part. Of course, none of that changes the impact. None of it. So, remember last time when I told y'all the pressure to get this up and running was not coming from my buzz? It was more so an internal pressure because I wanted to get as much done before the times that I have to be away and blah, blah, this and blah. That's changed completely. She's like, no, get this shit done, my guy. And I'm like, oh, I knew the time was coming. I just didn't know when. It's fine. Okay.
It's now.
Basically. So she's pushing now for us to get it done. I get it. It's been a while. It's been a long time since we started using. It's been a long time since we were given access to this thing, and it's time to get off the pod. Absolutely, I get it, 100%. So she emailed me asking when we'll be able to start the training. We gave her a date. So there was a mad rush getting all of that done because that start date was the 29th of September. As far as training, not as far as, going live. But yeah, as far as training, the start date was the 29th of September. Now, I was out of town on the 23rd and the 24th of September, which really put me in crunch time because that gave me even less time to actually get everything ready to be able to start the training. But with everything going on, like there are 2 or 3 big things going on at work itself. Then on top of that, the wedding. Then on top of that, the baby. Then on top of that, normal, whatever. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so there's a lot of shit going on. So from that point, I just Everything else fell by the wayside as far as work was concerned. Unless one of them two niggas specifically told me, hey, can you do this real quick? And a couple emergencies did pop up. But outside of that, everything that I was doing switched over to taking care of this project so I can get it up and running. So we got to a good point. We had initially picked a location. Apparently, somebody, I wasn't there when this happened, so I can't confirm or deny. One person is telling me it was another person that decided. That person is saying, well, why did y'all pick this? So I don't know who made the decision. I just know it wasn't me and I wasn't there. The place that we were originally supposed to go was the better place to start. It absolutely was the better place to start. So we have two locations that are already doing online applications, but they're doing online applications through the process that was our previous process that we were trying to implement that is absolutely fucking terrible. Terrible. The people who made it either don't know what they're doing or it's something that was written a long, long time ago and the person who actually wrote it is gone and they don't have contact with them. So it's even one of those two things because there were so many fucking issues and so many things that were just not modern in that process. And whenever we came up across an issue, we were told we have to try to find a workaround rather than the person fixing the fucking problem. So that's why it only made it to two places because I think we have 13 locations. That's why it only made it to the two because it was bullshit and it became clear that it was not going to get better. So we cut that shit off at that point, but left them there so that we still have some semblance of an online presence in that area. So because the two of those places were already online, my rationale was they're already online, so they're not doing paper apps. One of the big points of us doing this is to get the whole company online. If those two are already online, why not start with another property? That's one. Another reason why I didn't want to start at either of those two locations is the people who work there. I knew that the people who work at those two locations, not every single individual, no, but a good portion of the people who had to work there would be very difficult to train for various reasons. None of them for the same.
Motherfucker still ain't here. Go ahead.
Of course not. But yeah, I knew those people at those two locations would be very difficult to train. And if you want to start somewhere, you want to be
Why
successful.
is that, SPJ?
Nope. If you want to start somewhere, you want to be successful. So the third location, which is where again I wanted to start, there's one agent, one manager, so two people to train, and that agent is a good agent, young agent. So she's malleable and she has some computer, savvy. It would have been the perfect place to start, but again, at some point, because at that point in time, I hadn't dedicated all my resources to just this project. So I was still doing like going out in the field and shit like that. So a meeting that happened when I was out in the field, I don't know who, somebody was like, no, we shouldn't start there. Let's start at one of the places that already has it. I don't know if it was my partner who suggested that and somebody was like, okay. I don't know if it was somebody else who suggested that and my partner didn't put up the fight. I don't know what the fuck happened because I'm getting conflicting stories. Not important, right? At the end of the day, the milk is already spoiled. So yeah, there's nothing we can do about that shit. So someone picks this place. So we're like, all right, cool. We got the place, we got the date that we want to start training. So I'm getting the process completed, and then I'm getting instructions for the process completed, and then I have to upload stuff to the system in order to be used, and blah blah blah. I got everything done before that date except for the complete instructions. So we did some quick instructions and took those out there with us for the first day. And by the time the next day came, I would have the full instructions ready. So we go out there. We to start training, it already started off on the wrong foot immediately. Again, it's another scenario where I don't know if my partner dropped the ball or the people that my partner was talking to dropped the ball. I told my partner, hey, this is where we're starting. Let them know that we're starting there on Monday. Mm-hmm. She says, done. I said, bet. Monday comes. Now, I know I personally never discussed a time with my partner that we were going to go there. Just a day. I just so much shit going on, it just slipped my mind. I never discussed the time with her. So when I got to work, when Monday came, I just drove to the downtown office, and I went down there early though. Mm-hmm. So, and I went down there, and I'm like, "Hey, what time?" And she was like, "I don't know. What time do you want to go?" I'm like, "All right, cool. We can leave here like 10, right?" So we get there, and apparently somebody, again, I don't know if my partner said it, if the people at the office said it, or if they just assumed it. But their understanding was we were supposed to be there at 9. So on top of that, there was an additional person there that we didn't expect to be there. Now their reasoning for that makes sense, and it wasn't a bad thing. It was just a surprise. Like, oh shit, what you doing here? Right. It wasn't a bad thing, but so they're thinking we're going to be there at 9. We didn't leave downtown until 10. So I got there like 10:30. Somehow my partner got there like 15, 20 minutes after me, even though my partner left before me. Not somehow. I know exactly what happened. They went the long way and got stuck in traffic. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, now we're already starting with upset students. I mean, I don't know how righteous it was, but they at least portrayed the part of being upset.
No apple for the teacher?
I mean, much less than that. So
somebody took a dump on your desk.
Basically. So we already started with upset students. That's not helpful. Not helpful at all. That is not conducive to the learning process.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, that's not conducive to the learning process in any way, shape, or form. So among this group of people are my partner, who is an older lady who isn't the most technologically inclined, an older gentleman who has zero computer knowledge and can't even fake type. And when I say fake type, I mean hunting and pecking, but still at a decent speed. No. Matter of fact, to erase a word, he hits backspace for every single letter in that word. Yeah, that type of person. Zero computer knowledge, zero comfortability with using a computer. It's terrible. Then there's an older woman who is largely computer illiterate. She can type. That's pretty much her only computer skill. Another woman who is just smart enough to be extremely dangerous. and another woman who isn't the most computer literate, but that's not her issue. Her issue is that she's contrary when it comes to change. What? Is he there?
No.
Oh, damn. But yeah, she's the most computer literate out of the group, but she is contrary as far as change is concerned. But still, that's the person I have most faith in out of that group. So once we got started, I asked my partner to demonstrate what we're trying to do. We had constructed a general step-by-step instruction list. We came up with that together. She knows the process.
Okay.
None of that fucking mattered.
Oh.
She sat down at that desk and took a shit. She needed
big old dump.
Bruh. She needed a bunch of help. She kept asking questions and made it look like we had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Yo, I'd have been.
I'm sure she was just nervous because, again, I know she knows the process.
Right,
I've watched her do it.
Yeah, but it's teaching.
But when them lights come on,
yeah,
I get it. I ain't mad at her, but that loses our students even more because now it's like, oh, they don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Oh,
how are they about to teach us? So by the time she stumbled her way through that demonstration,
I have never,
nigga,
never, and I had to do it for like 60 motherfuckers and that several times.
I don't freeze.
I never freeze.
I never freeze. By the time she finished stumbling through that demonstration, I was like, all right, I got to pivot because they're not receptive at this point.
Yeah.
So basically what I did was I audible and I made this session largely into an info dump and a Q&A for the new system. They had some good questions. They had some terrible questions, but I had all the answers.
You were Sway?
No. Sway don't have all the answers.
Oh, yeah.
No, I had all the answers.
Oh.
So we got through that. We decided we would go back on Wednesday. So again, Monday, we gave them a demonstration. We gave them instructions. We made sure everybody could log on so they had access. We told them what to do. We answered all their questions. That was Monday. We decided to go back on Wednesday. Tuesday, I was able to do the instructions the way that I wanted to in the first place. These fucking instructions. Damn, I wish. Do I have one? I don't know. Babe, if you're listening, can you bring me my breakfast bag thingy? If you feel like it, because you're also pregnant.
If you are listening, you don't need that. So.
No, I kind of do. And I mean, I don't need it. So, like, if she's not listening, it's fine. Or if she just don't feel like it, it's fine. Because I can still continue without it. But I like having the visual aid.
Oh,
because I'm about receipts. I am a receipts oriented person because I want there to be no ambiguity whether I'm exaggerating or not. Because I know there's so many things that happen to me in my life that people would be like, "Hey, that was really fast." Thank you. I don't want people to be like, there a lot of shit happens in my life where it's like, that ain't happened. No, nigga, it happened exactly like that. I promise you it did.
You basically saying you're not prone to exaggeration?
No, I mean, hold up. No. Let me not tell that lie. I can do a good.
I was about to say,
yeah, I can do a good exaggeration now.
I've seen you do a massive.
Oh, I can exaggerate with the best of them.
Bro, I've seen you take something mundane as a motherfucker that's really shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Nigga, that's no further than the Addy Don't Rap campaign.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm absolutely. Prone isn't the right word. I just don't do it when I'm telling the real story.
Yeah.
But nigga, oh, absolutely. I have the gift of exaggeration. So nigga, y'all not gonna be able to read what it says, but look,
You don't know
you
that.
can see there are pictures, big ass pictures,
yeah.
and there's text.
I've seen
These
the
are step-by-step instructions with screenshots of every single step. This is how explicit and detailed these instructions are. Every single okay. So I just needed to show y'all that to further illustrate my point. All right, so I did those Tuesday. I made it as specific as possible without being condescending, and I included a screenshot for each individual step. Tuesday evening, I get a text from my boss asking how the training for Monday went because she didn't get a chance to talk to me Monday.
She probably already know though.
No, she wasn't. She hadn't. I mean, she had an idea it was a possibility that this could have been the answer, but you know, she was in the dark. She was in the dark about it. I told her it went pretty good. No, I told her it went pretty good and that we were going back out Wednesday. She said, will they be ready Monday to start, to go live?
No.
I said absolutely not.
Hell no.
I said absolutely not. She responded, they better ramp up.
Woo.
All right. I have my instructions.
Woo.
Hey, niggas, get to it.
Hey, fellas.
So
shape up and ship out.
And the funny thing about that is, one of the questions Monday was like, how long do we have to get used to it so we can get started? I said, now listen, we want you to be comfortable, right? However, we're not going to be doing this forever. Like, we're not going to be in the training mode forever. We got to get to it. And they're like, they said something.
Shoot your rifle.
Yeah.
You did a bunch of PT.
Right. And they're like, oh, well, you know, people need time to learn things and blah, blah. I said,
I hear you.
Here's the thing. You're not actually wrong, right?
Right.
However, I'm not the one making the decisions.
Right.
And I kept doing this, if they say a date, then I'm an advocate for y'all, but
basically
that's the date.
You better get in where you fit in.
Hey, you know what I mean? I don't listen. If they give a date, that's the date.
Yeah.
I can't. Like I'm an advocate.
I have no control over that.
As long, listen, it's a symbiotic mutual situation.
Right.
If you help me, I'm gonna help you.
McKenna said you gave them the kindergarten treatment with pictures and everything.
Bro,
and
oh my God! You're burying the lead, McKenna. You're burying the lead. So I'm like, hey, if they, I'm gonna try, but whatever they final word is, that's the day that we got to be. All right, cool. So at that point, I decided, okay, so Wednesday we got to be there the whole day, right? Because we got to give them ample time and opportunities to go through the process over and over and over, and us be there to answer any questions.
Ryan said some people's kids.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. It would give us time to fully explain the process, to show them the process, and to have them get all the reps that they need in. I get there and shit went downhill immediately. So again, my partner was later than me because of traffic.
Oh my.
You know how they say the only stupid question is the one you don't ask? I am here to inform you that is not the case.
Not true.
I'm here to disabuse you of that notion. It's simply not true. Any question that puts your lack of comprehension on full display is absolutely a stupid question.
So basically you're saying that most of the questions I've asked You were from the last 7 years.
I'm glad you said that because here's the next part about that. Here's the next part about that. Here's the next part about that. That doesn't mean that you're a stupid person.
Right.
I will absolutely spew a stupid question from time to time.
Right.
Absolutely. Not
Right.
intentionally. I
Right.
will be dead serious.
Right.
And a stupid question will come out of my mouth. Everybody asks stupid questions. And I hate that some of these words have such connotations on them that people get offended when you use. No, everybody asks stupid questions.
Mhm.
Everybody, bar none.
Facts.
So, if I ask Toon why he decides to wear his facial hair the way that he does, that's a decent question, right?
Mhm.
If I ask him why it's gray, that's dumb as shit because I know how old he is. I have all of the context needed to arrive at that conclusion, yet I ask the question anyway. That's a stupid question. It's dumb as fuck. Okay. People ask the stupidest questions. So after I come in, one of them asked me how to look at something that they came across. I'm like, all right, cool. So
Pause.
he
You said ask something that they came across.
Yeah. Oh, well. So after I come in, one of them, asked me, and I'm like, all right, cool. He was looking at the platform and decided to look up a unit, but he couldn't figure out how exactly to do that. Now, I stressed to him, that's not what we're working on right now, but here's how you do it.
Right.
I show him how to find it, and he goes to the information page for that unit. Okay, so he's looking at the units page. There's some information on there, different tiles and shit. He finds a section that says occupants.
Yes.
There are 2 people in the occupant tile. The second one has a label next to them that says past occupant, right?
Okay.
He clicks on that person's name. That opens up that tenant's profile.
Yes.
He's looking at the tenant's profile page. At the very top, where it says the tenant's name, there's a flag next to the person's name.
Are they going to be paying us rent?
The flags, well, no, not that one. The flag says the word past, right? Past.
Right.
Okay.
Shush, McKenna.
He asked me what that means.
Wait a minute, what?
Now,
what?
Mind you, this person is a manager.
What does he manage to do?
Not a damn thing. So I answer him. I said it means past occupant because you had just seen you had just seen that label.
Hold up, yo, stop, yo.
You had just seen that label next to this person's name before you click their name. Before you click their name, the column to the right of their name said past occupant. Then you clicked on their name, and there's a flag by their name that says the word past. What could that possibly mean?
What that mean?
So, but again, I know the position that I'm in. I know what I signed up for. So I actually I no-sold that, and I just answered him. I said it means past occupant, right? Yeah. This motherfucker, that was already a stupid question. But again, it didn't bother me too much because whenever you're teaching somebody new, there are going to be questions that seem stupid to you.
Right.
Because you're teaching. You're coming from a point of knowledge to their ignorance. So obviously.
Yeah, but you know what? There's kind of a line.
Oh, no, there's an absolute. No. There's an absolute line.
Because
it's
you
not,
know, if you know where
and it's not a thin line.
In their, right. If you know where they are in their level of information, then you can kind of, okay, that makes sense for you to ask that question.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense for me to ask that question because I know all this shit.
Right. So, again, that's not what bothered me. Here's what scuffed my toes.
Oh.
He then asked, okay. So if instead of past there, it said current, what would that mean?
I don't.
Am I having?
There's no way you. It means now, nigga. Now.
I don't understand. Okay. So yeah, when I answered that, I walked away. Yeah. When I answered that,
you answered it.
yes, because again, I'm there to teach.
You are there to teach.
I answered the question and I walked away.
You're not there for brain surgery.
No, I walked away. I didn't wait for a response. I said it as I walked away.
What current mean?
I don't know.
What?
I have no idea.
What and me?
Basically, like, what are we talking about? So I went back to where I would be giving the demo to them, and he came along, as he should. He was supposed to. But from me walking away, he correctly gathered that he should not ask me another thing at that moment. Because
you were at that point a little perturbed,
exacerbated. So when we start, I hand out the instructions that I just showed y'all. These super detailed instructions. I sit down at the desk at the computer that I'm just doing the demo on. First, I explain what's going to happen. I explain to them that I'm going to first explain the complete process, then I'm going to do a demo for them, and then it will be their turn to do it. As I'm explaining the process, I'm being bombarded with questions that have nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about. So, for a little bit, I indulge because this whole process is a whole process. It's a whole entire platform. And everything that we will do once this is fully implemented will be through this platform. So I understand them having questions about it. I took a little time to answer some of those questions. Mm-hmm. I eventually shut that shit down because we had to get on the move. I tell them to let me get through the explanation and then let me get through the demo. And then after that, I'll take a couple more questions and then y'all can start trying it. I get the full explanation out. My explanation is basically exactly what's on the fucking sheet.
Which means you really didn't even have to say it. They just read it. They had
Correct.
Kind of even comprehension.
Correct.
They would have known it.
Okay. I move on to the demo. I have one of them log in because they don't have everything. I have a bunch of shit on my profile that they're not going to see when they're doing it, so I don't want to confuse them. So I had one of them log in.
Word.
I started walking through the demo. First question that somebody asked is, how do we find the unit that the person wants to apply for? This is page 1.
Oh, no. Stop it, B.
The last sentence on page 1 says,
stop, B.
Click into the bar at the top of the screen that says command launch and type in unit picker. Now, I will give you...
That's complicated as hell.
Now, the words unit pick... Cold, without no concept of what's happening, except for that I work for a company that rents houses and apartments. And we are trying to implement this new platform. What do you think a thing called unit picker does?
Yo, first of all, do they know where they work?
It's on the first fucking page. What do you think a thing called unit picker does?
Unit of measure? Unit of...
Right.
Military unit?
Right. Like, what do you mean? Okay. Keep this.
Hold up. They know they got a unit. You don't.
Bro, keep 3 very important things in mind. I had given them a full expectation and demo on Monday. right? I had given them a full explanation literally seconds before this question. And they have the instructions in their fucking hands. And it's the last sentence on the first page.
In their defense.
Right. And then on to the less specifics, because I don't have all the fucking details anymore in my head because I couldn't. Whatever, I already explained. I couldn't. I didn't have a bunch of time to put notes down these weeks because there's a lot of shit going on. So they did bring up a very good point. In the event that
the print was too small.
No,
I couldn't see the shit. Like,
in the event that either of the agents has someone filling in for them, those people would obviously need to know how to do this as well. Good point. Yes, That is absolutely true.
That means
They just so happen to have a meeting already set up for Friday where all of the part-time agents would be there. So me and my partner agreed to come and teach a portion of what we've gone over because that would be enough to get things rolling and, keep things moving. They would only need to know a portion of it because it was easier to just teach them a portion of it. And the full-time agents would know the whole process so they can just pick up where the part-time agents left off when they come in the next day. Perfect answer. No problem. This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. They agreed. They liked that answer. Boom. Easy. All right. We were out there the whole day on Wednesday. We were at that location the entire workday.
Right.
They were supposed to be practicing throughout the day after we got through the explanation and the demo. At a certain point, the two managers left because they had other shit to do, understandably. One of the two left that was supposed to be practicing managed to do it once that entire day. And while she was doing that one, she was asking me questions that the instructions answer. The other one didn't do what she was supposed to do at all that day. Instead, she spent 15 to 20 minutes or so trying to do something that we haven't even discussed. My partner and I left there knowing that it didn't go well. Like, clearly.
That's crazy.
We talked to my boss Thursday. Thursday we came in, I went to my partner's office like, hey. We gonna have to go talk to boss lady because
this ain't working out.
She's expecting Monday. Monday.
Hold up, but she said what she said.
She did. And we won't get to that. So blah 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 blah. We talked to her Thursday. We gave her our report. And my boss was basically like, this is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Yeah.
Keep the heat on them. But is there any other location that would be, have a better crew of agents for you to be able to teach this? And I'm like, yeah, the one that we were supposed to start at. And then she says, well, what made y'all not start there? And I shut up. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, I have no idea what the fuck happened. And I'm getting conflicting stories as to why we didn't start where the fuck we were supposed to start. I'm not bringing it up. Whatever.
Hold up. She was still expecting an answer.
No. Once I said what I said, she left it alone. No, see, here's the thing. I don't like... So my boss has a reputation as a hard ass. She does have a reputation. I wouldn't... I work with her. Here's the thing.
Y'all got a different relationship.
I don't even know if it's that so much. She honestly just cares that you're doing what the fuck you're supposed to do. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, and in the times that you don't know what you're supposed to do, you actively try to find out what you're supposed to do, she really basically doesn't care what the fuck you do, as long as you get your work done. So there have been instances in the past where she's been harsh on people. But also, 9 times out of 10, it's because those people either were actively not doing what they were supposed to be doing, or didn't know and didn't ask anybody to help them. So I can't really...
Yeah, I definitely get that.
The other thing about it, though, is she's very... like me in a way, she's very matter of fact through text. So it's really hard to decipher her tone. So like me texting her back and forth like that, and her saying, "Okay, can they start Monday?" And I'm like, "Probably not." And she's like, "Oh, they need to ramp it up." I'm thinking when I had that exchange with her,
Right.
oh, this is no nonsense, hard deadline Monday. And it is. When we're in the conversation with her, she's like, "Oh, I can't say this part. I can't say this part." But basically, she's like, "We're going to start at this other place Monday, but keep the heat on this first place."
Right.
I'm like, "All right, cool. I understand. No problem." So that's a really bad look for this first place.
Yeah.
It's really bad look.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Here's the worst part about it to this point. And it is something that I hadn't noticed until we sat down and talked to my boss. So I don't blame them for not noticing it, but you'll see how they reacted once I told them later. They don't have any fucking units to rent. So, because they don't have any units to rent, if they would have just done what the fuck they were supposed to do, so they could say that they have some experience with it and they're comfortable with it, we could have just called that successful. I could have had a completely different conversation with my boss on Thursday. I could have said, "Hey, they did what they were supposed to do. They were receptive to the teaching. They practiced it several times. They're getting comfortable with it. We can launch, but there's nothing for them to rent. So they can't really do it right now. But they're ready."
Right.
That sounds so much different than, yeah, we sat there all day and between the two of them, only one of them did it once. You see how that's a big difference? So,
a little bit.
All right, so that happens. They would have had time to still practice, even though they would have been live officially, because again, there are no units to rent. How do you do the application process if there are no units to rent? You can't. But you're prepared.
Right.
So, we were set to go back out there Friday at 9. Then be at the meeting Friday at 5 to help show the part-time agents the part of the process that they would be doing.
Right.
Friday comes. Actually, Thursday comes. One of the two managers texts me like, "Hey, is there any way that you can get to the office about a half hour earlier so that I can have someone on one time with the process?"
Right.
Absolutely. I live here. This is the property that I live at. It takes me 2 minutes to walk there. Yes, 100%. Because normally it doesn't start my day earlier than it normally would. Normally I leave here at 7 something to get downtown. I would have had to leave my house at 8:20. Yeah, absolutely. That doesn't hurt me in any way. We can do that. So because of that, actually, no. So that happened Thursday night. Friday morning, I'm up. I'm getting ready. My partner texts me at 8 telling me she's not coming. Her reasons are valid. I mean, doesn't change the impact. You stupid. That's funny. That's hilarious. But that doesn't change the impact.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't change the impact at all.
It didn't then with the traffic.
Legitimately easy. She said, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. There's too much going on. Call me." I called her. She runs down everything that's going on. I said, "Yes, you do have too much going on." Because she's running an entire department downtown. She can't always come out.
No, that's facts.
Yeah, she's running an entire department. All right, cool. All right. I get off the phone with, no, I didn't call her immediately. Once I read her text, I said to Chrissy out loud, I'm like, "She's not coming. I'm going to get into it with somebody today. I know I am. There's the writing's on the wall.
They going to say something stupid as shit.
Oh my God. Oh my nigga. Talk about some Nostradamus shit. So like I said, I called her. She tells me that. I'm like, all right, cool. Don't worry about it. She's like, can you do it by yourself? I ain't got no choice.
I mean, yeah, like
At this point,
you had.
I ain't got no choice. So unfortunately, and predictably, here's where the cognitive dissonance starts to kick into full gear. Now, I'm not a good teacher. I say that on here all the time. All the fucking time. I am not a good teacher. Partially because I don't have the patience for something that I deem to be stupid. I do not have the patience. I do not have the patience. It's not that I'm not a good communicator. I'm a decent communicator.
No, it's patience.
It's the patience. I don't have the patience. I absolutely don't. I know that about myself. I don't have.
You're a doctor, so you don't have the patience.
You stupid. So I like I said, I say it on all the time. That's not what went wrong here. What went wrong here is not me not being a good teacher.
Sure.
They correspond. They don't. It's not causation. It's correlation. In this specific instance, it's correlation. It's not causation. I promise you, it's not causation.
Yo,
I've had my receipts so far to show y'all, motherfuckers.
That's
it wasn't me this time.
Fuck.
So I get to the office early, partially because, again, like I said, I live at the property. Partially because one of the managers asked me to be there early, so I'm there early. I love the enthusiasm because, like I said, this is the one that is more computer savvy than the others, but is also contrary to new things. And for her to be like, hey, can we go there early so I can? Perfect. Absolutely. 100%.
Keep going.
So we get there. We go in. We start working. She's doing a great job because she has common sense and she has a little bit of computer know-how. So she actually doesn't really need me much because this very funny thing, I provided a very detailed instruction booklet that had screenshots. So she didn't really need me much. She was just looking at her instructions because that's how that's supposed to go. And the other manager is always there early. I think that manager comes in at like 6 o'clock or something like that in the morning. For reasons that we're not going to get into. It's not important. So he comes downstairs. And he brings up the fact of how ridiculous it is for them to start Monday. Again, fact. He is correct. It does not make sense for them to have to be fully started on Monday. 100%. I agree with that statement. But then I expressed to him that maybe your people would be ready to start Monday if they had done what they were supposed to do. And he cut me off. He asked, what didn't they do? I explained to him that they didn't get their practice reps in. The one did one rep while we were there Wednesday and didn't touch it again. The other one did not touch it that whole day, and then at 4 p.m. on Thursday, finally put one in, but didn't do the entire process. So between the two of them, in 2 days, they each did one. Then I explained to him the thing I just explained about them not having any units, and how that actually would have worked in their favor.
Well, first of all, you had to explain to them what units.
So
That's not one.
how that would have, that would have been absolutely great for them, and it would have worked in their favor. And he completely misses the point and gets defensive. Well, no, I'm sorry. All right, I skipped the part. First, when I told him that his agents didn't do what they were supposed to do, he says to me, the manager says to me, all right, well, make sure you let them know that when they get here.
No, hold up. Stop. Did he really try to offboard his job?
I don't have manager, supervisor, superintendent, boss,
That's
none of that
crazy.
shit by my
crazy.
name.
That's
What
crazy.
do you mean? Make sure I say something to you.
That's crazy.
You're what?
Nigga, let me be perfectly
They're
clear.
your subordinates.
Let me be perfectly clear. I was in man management. Ain't nobody got to tell. I ain't got to go and tell anybody to go tell my people shit.
That part.
Hey, yo, come here.
Facts.
What
What are we talking about here? What do you mean? Make sure you what?
That's crazy.
All right. So anyway, like I said, once I brought up the fact of how
He violated.
Negative. Once I brought up the fact of them not having any units being a good thing, if they would have cooperated, he misses the point. He gets defensive. He starts asking me how to do something that we never went over. I tell him, I'm like, stop. He's like, no, I'm not going to stop. And then he starts getting animated. I say, okay. I let him finish.
Oh, my.
I see your facial expression change, so you know it's about to happen.
Yeah.
I let him finish.
Yeah.
I let him get his irrelevant ass question out. Just so I can shut it the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
He asked the full question.
I will not, sir. I will not.
He asked the full question. I said, okay. Are you done?
Are you done?
He says, yes. I said, okay, why would you need to know that? He said, because it's an important part of the process. I said, what process? He says, the whole thing. I said, what whole thing? He says, the thing you have us doing. I said, that's incorrect. That's simply incorrect. He said, well, if we don't do that, how will we have units to rent? I said, you won't. He said, you see how that's a problem? I said, it's not. He says, why not? I said, because you're only supposed to be worrying about applications. He says, but we're looking ahead. I said, why?
Right, yeah. Who asked you to? Who told you to do that?
He says, aren't we supposed to be trying to get the whole thing up and running? When he says that, I turn to the other manager. I say, hey, how many times between Monday and Wednesday did I say we're only working on the application process for now? She says, quite a few. I look back at him. I told you guys over and over that we were only going over the application process for now. What part about that isn't clear?
He little boyed the shit out of him.
No, because what we not going to, because he has a thing. And I think part of it is just because he's getting up there, his hearing is going. When your hearing is going, you start speaking louder just in general.
That's very true. That's very true.
So he has this thing where he starts raising his voice and getting excited and animated, and
I don't like it.
And I'm like,
I don't like it.
I'm not going to hold you. My voice might escalate. I might go up a couple octaves just because I can't help that.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm
don't
not
like
about to get animated with you.
No,
that's not about to happen. Chief among the reasons is because as many issues as I have with you in this moment, we're just working.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're actually trying to achieve the same thing.
That is a very mature attitude. It's actually the right attitude to take in that situation. I just wish
that I wasn't in that situation.
That But there were times where I did not. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
I get
was
it.
about to grab
Listen.
our
Listen.
boss's boss from over that damn
I
table
get it.
until Calvin grabbed me.
Uh-huh.
Like,
nigga, do you
relax.
know? Right?
Relax. Like, just relax. Just relax.
So while this heated exchange is going on, another manager walks in. And I looked to see who it was.
Shit.
And once I saw it was another manager, I was like, oh, okay, we can keep going. Because
McKenna said, fun fact, not treating hearing loss, aka getting hearing aids, is linked to dementia. That's wow.
Interesting. Wow. So yeah, the door opens. I look to make sure who it is. It was another manager. Oh no, we can keep going. So when I said, what part about that isn't clear? He said, it's because you talk to us like that. I said, no. Yo, not once did I speak to you. I said, not once did I speak to the agents like that at all.
Right, just you.
Just you. I'm only speaking to you that way because you're acting as if I didn't tell you what I've told you almost
everybody
a dozen
else
times.
In here heard me say that shit. Yeah.
I've told you this over a dozen times, and you're acting as if I never said it, right? And we're still going back and forth. And he's like, "How are we supposed to know what you're saying? By fucking listening." Of course, I didn't cuss.
But that's the dumbest. Listen, in exchanges where people are a little emotional, certain things are going to be said that's a little not the point or irrelevant. Yeah. No, that was fucking dumb.
Nigga.
It was fucking dumb.
How are we supposed to know what you're saying? By listening to you.
By listening.
And he's like, well, we're just looking ahead. I said, instead of what?
Listening.
Now, he's still heated at this moment, right? So I'm like, listen, I could have. He repeated, how are we supposed to know what you're saying? And at that moment. So he
said the stupid thing twice. All right. Okay.
At that moment, I could have gotten really condescending, and I felt it coming. So I reverted back to an analogy. Y'all know I love a good analogy. So I said to him.
People won't go with those, though.
I said, if you tell me we have 5 locations to go to, we got to go to 5 offices this week, 1 per day, and we are going to go to place 1 and only place 1 on Monday. How would you feel if I asked you what time on Monday were we going to place 4? He just looked at me with this dumb look on his face.
Well,
I went on.
I'm not surprised because when you say dumb stuff, your face looks dumb.
You stupid.
I've seen it. Bro.
Stupid. So he just looked at me with a dumb face, and I went on. I said, that would mean that either I'm not understanding the extremely simple direction that you gave me, or I'm intentionally disregarding what you told me.
And what it sounds like in this situation, people were intentionally disregarding.
Right.
Because why are you thinking ahead when I said we're only focused on this?
That part. I said, especially if you told me several times before that point.
Yeah.
Someone else walked in the door. This time it was not a manager, so we had to cut this conversation short. Yeah. But at that point, he understood what the fuck I was saying. Because he didn't have a retort.
Right.
So
what would have been cool? If you didn't have to interpret, he understood what you were saying.
That'd have been great.
Saying
that'd have been absolutely amazing.
I get it.
Right. Like, what do you mean? Anyway, so he went up into a meeting shortly after that. So me, I figured I can still salvage this. I can make this work.
Yeah, it's one of the things about you I hate the most.
The agents were there by now. No, nigga. The agents were there by this point. So I pulled them up. I'm like, hey, I explained to them what I tried to explain to him, but they understood completely. I said, hey, listen.
You know why? Because you wasn't speaking Sanskrit.
Right. I'm like, hey, listen up. You guys only did 1 between the 2 of you so far. That's not a good look. But understand you have no units to rent. That means if y'all do this a couple times today and get yourself familiar with it, I can go back and give a good report.
Right.
Once I give that good report, it won't matter if you're starting on Monday or not because you don't have any units to rent.
Right.
And you can continue to practice and get familiar
Until you
all
have
the
some
while
units to
until
rent.
you
Yeah.
have units to rent. They said, okay, we got you. I say, if y'all can both give me 2 each today before I leave, that'll be good. That'll be a good day. So, that was only half the battle. Now, I still had to deal with the teaching them aspect.
Yeah,
That was a struggle, the teaching aspect. But it was better than dealing with the pushback. When the pushback is there, you will get nothing done. It's how that works.
It's true.
Once the pushback is gone, no matter how
They are
difficult
trying
it
to be
is to teach
receptive.
them, they're trying to be receptive.
Yeah.
So that makes it so much easier. The one lady was trying to do the things she was supposed to do, but every single step, she asked me what to do next. Mind you, she has her instructions right in front of her.
Right.
So I said to her, look at your instructions. Now, mind you, I gave them those instructions Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. This is now Friday at like 10:30 or something like that.
Right.
I said, look at your instructions. She picks up in her instructions. She said, oh, that's what this part is. Wait, there are words on this?
Yo, the other day, right, I pulled up the book Mice and Men PDF form. And when I opened it, I was like, oh shit, it's words in here.
Yeah. Oh, I thought this was just pictures.
What? Oh me.
The top is words.
There's words
in bold.
You know what?
The next thing under the bold words, more words.
Yo, maybe she thought, never mind.
The next thing under the bold words, more words. Under every single picture, more words.
I was reading the gun book the other day. I didn't know there was.
I don't think there's a solitary point in those instructions where there are back-to-back pictures. After each picture, there is a set of words. Oh, I didn't know there were any words on here.
Oh my. Wait a minute, they wear glasses?
She does not. She does not need glasses. Her eyesight is really good.
McKenna said, okay, Girlie was expecting pre-K treatment, not even kindergarten. Yeah. That's true. True.
What am I supposed to say?
That's like a Trump debriefing. That's what she was expecting. Just pictures.
I mean, sure. At that point, I'm just like,
why you ain't make things easy for us, SBJ?
Apparently. So, I have never in my life,
and the rock means never,
repeated myself more than at this particular property, this particular week. Things that I've said over a dozen times each, and not a dozen times each day, but in the cumulative 3 days that I was there this week,
right,
we are only focusing on the application process right now. Everything will eventually go through Rent Manager. How often does that happen? Because they kept coming up with these ridiculous, stupid-ass edge case scenarios that happen 3% of the time. One of the questions was, what happens if the power goes out? Will we have a, like...
Oh, I got one. I can do that too. I got one. So what if aliens come and eat everything?
Nigga! Yeah, what happens if the BGE gets shut off? How often does our BGE get shut off? We pay our bill. What if the power actually goes out? How often does the fucking power go out?
Excuse me, sir. What if ICE invades?
Right. Like, has that ever happened yet? Ever.
Yeah, but the ICE thing might be closer than the other shit.
Nigga! So yeah, the things I had to repeat
I
over a
think it
dozen
was
times.
good practice for you.
No,
I think it was good practice. I'm tell you why. How many times I tell you to put that down?
no, I don't need that. I've raised kids before. I don't need that. Yeah, I don't need that.
Sure.
So again, the things I had to repeat over a dozen times this week. What we are only focused on applications. Everything will eventually go through Rent Manager. How often does that actually happen? And look at your notes. Look at your notes.
None of that wouldn't have been so bad if you had included in that. Stop being an ass.
I couldn't say that.
I know, I understand, but that's why it's bad. If you could include it, but you're being an ass.
But I got through that. I left because I had more work to do downtown. The one that didn't know the instructions had instructions on them. Was she had
hold
shit.
up. In that person's defense,
no,
nigga, do you know how many things that I have to build for Yetta?
Nope. Nope. Not giving her that bill. Nope, not at all. So she managed to get her 2 in before I left. The other one, the manager kept calling her upstairs while I was there to do different things. So she didn't get a chance to do it while I was there. But I'm less worried about her understanding of the process. So I'm like, all right, cool, we got that done. So come to Friday, nigga, day and fucking night. Part-time agents. We come into the office. They're having a meeting at the community center, and basically they're going to send groups of the agents up to us so we can do a demonstration on the parts that they need to know. We have our instructions printed out. They come in, we speak to them. My partner gives the introduction to what we're doing and why we're doing it and blah, blah, blah. We hand out the instructions. I probably said it already. I get their email addresses so we can set them up for a profile on the platform. We walk them through the process. I explain everything that needs to be explained. I ask if there are any questions. Both groups of 4 people, which is what we were dealing with the full-time crew. It was 4 people.
Right.
Both groups got it 20 minutes or less.
Great job.
No issues. No stupid ass questions. No, I mean, there were good questions.
What do you think
there were concerns.
What do you think the difference was? What made the difference?
It's not even age, because all of the part-time agents aren't necessarily young. It's not age. It's I honestly couldn't tell you, to be honest.
You know what I think? Some of it might be, and they would never cop to this, resistance.
Oh, absolutely. Some of it was resistance.
To do,
yeah.
This sort of thing. So they find every way, even subconsciously, to impede the process, to make it more work for you, to make it seem like, it's just, this is insurmountable or whatever. Because I've trained people before in various different things. And I find when it's something that's simple and you see people not getting it, there's one or two things is the issue. Either you're not explaining it efficiently enough, or there's resistance to learning this shit.
Yeah.
And more times than not, I've seen a lot of it is resistance. It's always the same employees a lot of the times. They don't want to add new shit to their whatever, or they resent having to add new shit to whatever it is they do. The ones that complain about money, like I do all this shit and blah, blah, blah. Like I have found is those type of employees who, it's not that they're dumb. It's that they have a resistance because they have other grievances.
Yeah.
That's informing.
And it's an ingrained resistance.
Yeah.
And it's not even always a conscious resistance.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there was some of that.
If they feel like, all right, I'm going to get a time when it happened less. So when I worked for the Phillips Seafood plant, when you went in to get your Serve Safe certificate, there was a class for that. You had to take the class, and they was not playing with that shit. Everybody there that was a supervisor had to be certified. But part of you being certified is more money because you're about to be supervisor that's certified. So you're going to get more money. That incentivized people to take it seriously enough where it cut a lot of the resistance down because people were thinking, okay, this is the hurdle I got to go through to get more money, right? In cases I found where this has nothing to do with them getting more money, this is just part of your job. We just added this new thing right here, a new piece of equipment, or there's new regulations from OSHA that has to be talked about and disseminated amongst everybody. People who have grievances about their last review, they didn't get the 5%, or they don't like that they had to do some stuff when other people was out. It's some grievance there that's informing their resistance to learn this shit. It's not that they can't learn it,
Right.
but it's the subconscious resistance. And I've seen it play out. Where I saw it play out the least is when I worked at Lancaster. Because when I worked at Lancaster, I had probably 100, 150 people under me. These people were all from South and Central America. For them, this is part of the job. This is part of the job. And mind you, they had to sit through me trying to teach them this while there was a translator. And they still, because at the core, their mindset was, this is part of the job. So I'm just gonna, okay, I gotta. So they had to go through the added discomfort,
right?
And listen to me, not know everything I'm saying, and then go through the translate. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
We did get one weird. One
weirdo? Yeah, one weirdo. There's always one.
One question that I understood the sentiment behind, but given what I was saying, didn't make much sense with the part-timers. And one of them was like, oh, so with all this, they don't need us no more, do they? If that was the case, you wouldn't be here training, man.
Yeah, I don't hear that.
I don't understand.
That's some ingrained fear.
Now, to be clear, I understood it because of who she is. Like, I know her, and she's also an elderly lady. So, that the whole thing that comes with that on its own.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I understand. But from what I said to you, that shouldn't have been what you got because you were included in the training.
Again, that is a dialogue happening in the back of her mind that you and her aren't having, that she's having while she listens to this.
Yep. And here's the thing. Unfortunately, yes, this platform is set up such that there will be a lot less work that has to be done because every process will be more efficient.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because, all right, y'all, we come to the learning tree. There's a lot of talk, especially now, about people's occupations and fields being replaced. I need you to hear me. I certainly empathize with feeling a bit violated if something you've done for a long time, that you studied, put time in, and now something else can do it faster, more efficient than you. Even if it's not as accurate, it's fast enough where it makes a mistake, you can easily recover from it because I know y'all feel the way. I see y'all all online about the AI and all this. It's going to replace us. It's going to replace. We're all going to get replaced. Long before AI, you know how you got replaced? You aged out,
Yeah, that's the thing.
or you got injured,
Mm-hmm.
or your level of competence for that particular thing just wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and you got replaced. Or a machine came in, and there was no need for you.
Right.
When I worked at the seafood place, they used to do the crab cake stuff by hand.
Yeah.
It would be 40 people on a line, all running through, going down the conveyor belt, putting the batter, all of the shit, running down the line. They got a new machine in. One line closed down.
Mm-hmm.
He said, it's only a matter of time before they're going to close that other line down, because this is not all the way as efficient as they're going to get it. That's why y'all still here. The moment they tune this up and get this the right speed, bye-bye. Y'all either going to find another job within the company or you're not.
Right.
That machine wasn't AI. We're all getting replaced if you're in the work field the moment a new piece of equipment or tool comes along, or your gross incompetence gets to the point where they say, you know what, you got to get the fuck out of here. It's worth it for us to pay to train someone new,
right,
to get you the fuck out of here, right? I'm gonna need y'all to. While I understand the momentary moment for you to bitch and kvetch about that, some of this is going too far, because this is what always happens.
Mm-hmm.
And if you worked at any number of jobs, you've seen it.
Yeah.
If you worked at one job for a long time, you've seen it. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yep.
The extra whining. You want some cheese with that wine?
Man, it's not helpful.
It's not helpful. It's not helpful when you could take that amount of energy and figure out what's next for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable though.
I get it.
But it's not
dwelling
beneficial
on it
to you. Yeah, it's not beneficial.
Yeah, they dwelling on it
to dwell.
And y'all making it in the content now, and it's dumb.
Yo, that's funny. So I told her, I was like, "Well, no, that's not what I'm saying." And
exactly,
also,
McKenna. As Ultron said, humans make children to eventually replace them.
Facts. I'm like, it's not exactly that. That's not what I'm saying. But also, her question was, so if this does everything, what do they need us for? No, you're doing the everything. You're still doing the everything. You just have a different tool to do it with.
Yeah, stop.
You're doing. You're still. This doesn't automatically do the things that you're supposed to do. No, it's just a more efficient way of doing.
And we're not there. We're not there yet.
Yeah, and it's not even up and running.
Right, like
so.
You're
yes,
good.
no. Like now, to be clear, again, I told y'all several times on here how my job, you got to murder somebody to get fired. It might go down to theft. You know, it might go down to theft. You might have to steal something from somebody to get fired instead of having to murder somebody. Right. But there's not going to be a mass replacement of people, because this is something that still requires input. Right. As long as there's something that requires input, you will need people to process data.
It won't spontaneously generate labor.
Right. It won't. There's not a sensor by the door that the person comes in and it scans their ID for them. And like, no, that's not what's happening.
That's not what's happening.
You still have to talk to the people. You still have to get their information. You still have to put that information into the system. You still have to make the change. You still have a job. Nobody is trying to replace you. However, it is true that there might be less agents once this gets up and running, because there will be less busy work. Yes, that's true. But you specifically, as long as you're good at your job and you're doing your job, this is not going to get rid of you. This is only going to push out. There is a certain situation where you need the numbers. And because you need the numbers, you might deal with a little bit, a certain level of incompetence.
Right.
This is helping the job not have to deal with that certain level of incompetence. So they won't need as great of a number. But they still going to need the horses. Because we still have to input the stuff into the fucking system.
Until a fleet of Ultron comes walking into that room and physically picking you up out of your desk and dumping you out of the chair and sitting down. You're good. Relax. Enjoy the efficiency of the new tool that's helping. Think of it as it's a help for you to do your job. Think of it that way. Instead of thinking it's gonna replace you, will not replace. I mean, eventually, but not today. Relax.
Honestly, no time soon. This isn't that type of thing. Like, our company is notoriously behind the times.
So yeah, even if they come out with a reasonably priced,
even if it exists,
it
ain't gonna be at this company.
It's not gonna be there.
Yeah, nah, B. That's not.
Nah, it ain't gonna be here. That's why it's probably super comical to you to hear them talk like this company is about to spend a shit ton of money
because that type of
get
thing
some high tech shit in there.
That type of thing came up in the meetings with the full-time people too. Like, oh, okay, well, they're not going to need us much longer. Like, no, that's not how this works. Maybe you specifically, sure, but that's not how this.
Yo,
that's not how this shit works. You still have to put the stuff in. This is not automatic. That's not what this is. No, it's
I try to explain.
It's just a much less manual process.
Yeah,
sure.
So you
but
don't.
It's not totally. It's like going from a shotgun with one. No, it's like going from a revolver to maybe an Uzi. We're not talking about self-guiding drones. Yeah, right. It is a big jump.
It's a big
jump. But we're not talking about self-guiding drones.
Yeah, facts.
Like,
facts.
No, we're not at that point. And probably
AI
this
driven,
particular company
AI driven
never
pistol.
get to that point.
Imagine it's an AI driven pistol. All the guy got to do is think he want to shoot you.
Right.
Shoot this nigga.
Don't make me feel like I got to shoot you. That's all it takes. I just want to let you know ahead of time. I need to know. No. Please lower your voice.
Right.
I just need to let you know ahead of time.
Don't make me feel like
I gotta shoot you because shit might.
Then it's an autopilot.
It's not in my hands. It's above me at that point. It's above. All right, let me get to this.
Yo, that's funny.
Let me get to this other point. All right. Come on. So the only thing left now is Wedding Watch. And I'm going to speed through this. All right, last week we didn't have a show, obviously, because of the bachelor party and the bachelorette party. Shut up.
Oh, no, I watched the show last
Shut up. That was a time.
Oh, yeah.
And
I saw pictures.
I'm not going to go into detail because I got shit to do. Mm-hmm. And also, it's so much. We did so much. But here are the cliff notes.
Niggas got drunk.
Well, I mean, nigga, we drove down to Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I did not drive at all.
Oh no, you shouldn't.
Would not have.
No, hell no.
Nope. Can't do it. Won't do
it. Wouldn't be prudent.
We stayed in this pretty nice hotel. We drank.
Y'all did the hotel right? Y'all didn't do that Airbnb?
Yeah, because Fab has he's a member of something and has points and blah blah.
Oh no, you got
Gotta use points. We drank a lot. We ate a lot. We went to a few bars for food. We did karaoke. We did a whiskey tasting. We did a bar crawl / ghost tour. We went to a con.
Wait a minute. A scam artist?
No, nigga. You know exactly what I mean. We did some real, chilling, bonding type shit. We had a blast. I saved one of the attendees from doing something he absolutely should not have done.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
something. And because I did that, nobody got in any trouble. Everyone enjoyed themselves. Nobody got hurt.
Somebody in that crew was about to crash out.
Could potentially have gotten in trouble, yes.
But
I avoided that very gracefully. They don't even know that I avoided that certainty for them.
It's funny about that because I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my brother Marlon. Shout out to Marlon because I probably would not be here right now if he didn't take that responsibility a lot of times. where he steered shit.
You gotta look out for your niggas, man.
And sometimes, my memory of it, I only go back, think back to go, that's why,
And that's the thing.
Oh.
Don't tell them. There's no reason.
Yeah.
If you tell them that, you'll be less successful.
Facts.
Because if it's to a point where you have to intervene, that means they were planning on or wanted to do that thing. Yeah. So telling them doesn't help. So yeah, no, he doesn't know. He has no idea to this day.
Shout out to Marlon for recognizing that in me, but also shout out to Dennis for the times he encouraged.
But yeah, that's how you got carried sometimes. Like I said,
you're right.
To this day, he still has no idea what I did.
Right.
And if you're doing something for credit, then you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Exactly. Yo, that's it. That's what you're not supposed to. It's like when I see these artists with these bodyguards, I'm like, yo, you're every bit as much as responsible for their safety as they are for yours.
Absolutely.
Don't put them in a situation where they gotta put hands on motherfuckers only to have somebody come back with a gun,
right,
and shoot one of them. One of the reasons I actually like the way the nigga I Show Speed acts in public, even though it's all full on show, he doesn't put his people in situations where somebody might take umbrage to some big nigga putting hands on him and go back and grab a gun and shit. Like,
right.
Nah.
Right. So yeah, that all those factors equal a perfect trip. Everything was good. So the next thing with the wedding watch. So I was at work one day. Chrissy sends me a picture. It's another picture of a motherfucker delivering a package and putting it right in front of the goddamn door so nobody can open it. So she couldn't get out the house effectively. Like, yes, she could have gone out the basement door. Yes, she could have gone out the other door. No, it's two other doors. But that's the door that we use to come in and out of the fucking house.
No.
She couldn't get out of that. So she
shouldn't have had to go around the back door.
Right. So we sitting there fussing to each other about that. And once we get past that, we're both like, but what the fuck is that? Because that's a big ass package, right? So I'm like, I didn't order anything. She ain't ordered nothing. I'm like, okay. Right. So we default, it got to be the moms. The moms probably ordered something for the baby.
Is that their name?
Moms? Oh yeah. No, that's they're a group at this point.
That's funny.
So couple hours later, she looks back at it and she sees my name on it. And she's like, no, it's not from the moms. It has your name on it. And I'm like, oh shit. I legitimately don't, because in this time where things are happening and going on, we've been fussing each other because of how much shit we've been ordering because we have to. Like, it's just a part of life that we're in right now. There's so much shit we have to order.
I know you can't wait to not spend money.
Nigga! So she like, you sure you ain't ordering it? I said, I promise you. So I'm thinking maybe she like saw a part of it and didn't see the whole name. So I get home, I pick that big son bitch up, open the door, bring it in the house. Sure enough, James Davis. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's a picture.
Sure wasn't your neighbor, James Davis?
No, nigga. There's a picture on the side of it of what it was. I looked at it. I'm like, I vaguely remember seeing this before. Like, very vaguely. No, it's not a crib. I vaguely remember seeing this shit before. I opened it up. I didn't pull it out or anything. I just looked at the instruction manual. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's what it says it is. But again, I don't remember ordering. So I picked up my phone, went to Amazon.
That's a bad sign right there.
Went to Amazon. I do not see it in my order history. Went to the TikTok shop. Do not see it in my order history. I'm baffled. I'm like, she comes downstairs. I said, babe, I have no fucking idea where that thing came from. I looked through every place that we order from. It is not in any of our order histories.
What if one of those places gave you that as a wedding gift?
Nigga, listen. She says, well, what is it? I say, go look. It's on the side of it. She looks. She was like, oh, that was on the registry, but I took it off. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, the reason she took it off was because it was so fucking expensive. Now, I don't know. This might just be my old man memory. I don't remember agreeing with that concept because
That it was too expensive. Right.
yeah, no, not that it was too expensive. I
Oh.
agreed that it was too expensive. I don't remember agreeing with the concept of taking it off for being too expensive because nobody has to buy it. Like it's not a requirement to buy it.
No, it's not.
It's just on the registry. There's no reason to take it off for being expensive. Now, again, I may have agreed with it. I just don't remember agreeing with it.
But my question is, do you think somebody saw it before you took it off?
No, she never actually took it off.
Oh.
From my understanding of how this works. So, because I was like, oh, so you think somebody might have bought it from the registry? So she looks, it's still on the registry, and it says purchased.
Yeah, yep, that's what it is.
She's looking, I'm like, who bought it? She finds who bought it, and she's like, I don't know anybody by this name. I said, what's the name? She tells me the name. Nigga, it's the owner of my company. She went onto the registry and bought the most expensive thing on the registry.
So to be clear, of course she did. She's the owner of the company.
Yes.
What's
absolutely.
expensive to y'all?
Right, not at all. Nigga. No. Not at all. I'm like, oh shit. Whoa.
So get that thank you letter together. And
nigga. So in addition to that, my job threw a wedding shower for me.
Ain't that some shit?
It was really nice, and I truly, fully appreciate it.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't change who I am.
Uh-oh.
I absolutely hated the attention that brought.
I know.
Just the attention aspect. Oh, and one other aspect. So I get down there, the room's all decorated and all that other shit. There's a platter.
I would have been mad because Chrissy not there to enjoy.
Well, so I told her, it wasn't a surprise. I told her about it, but honestly, given everything that's going on, it would, between busyness and money, clearing her schedule for that day just wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
it wasn't going to work. Now, if they do one for the baby, then I told her, come to that because you have the baby. So
the baby.
Yeah, if they do one for the baby, she'll go to that one. But for this, I was like, we can't really justify clearing your entire afternoon to show up to something like this. Like, I'll be there. One of the representatives will be there. So go in, all decorating, all that other good shit. Everybody congratulating me, blah 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 blah. So they're like, all right, go ahead, get your plate first. I get my plate. And there are no fucking tables. It's a conference room. So there's one big table in that room, and that's what everything was on. There are no other tables in this fucking room. So I'm walking to the lunchroom, and one lady who I don't rock with, she's like, oh, no, you're supposed to stay in there. You're the guest of honor. So I took a pause to think and try to make sure that the words that came out of my mouth were extremely measured and appropriate for the physical situation that we were in. But Marcus was walking by as I was doing this, and he's like, what's wrong? I said, well, they're telling me that I should stay in here, but I'm trying to eat, and there are no tables for me to eat. I don't. And he's like, go sit your ass down. So I listened to my elder, and I went into what?
Hold on. You listen to your elder?
I went listen to my elder, and all right, she's older than both of us. She's older than both of us, but that's not the point. I listened to my elder, my close trusted elder, and I went to the fucking lunchroom, and I ate my damn plate. Now, I went back in there when I finished.
Yeah.
Of course.
But why would they try to hold you hostage?
Because what the fuck? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's ridiculous. And here's the thing. Nobody else said anything like that. It was just her.
Of course. Somebody said they were trying to be difficult.
Right. Like, what are you talking about? Why? There's nowhere for me to... I don't eat comfortably while holding a plate.
Yo, not only don't I eat comfortable holding the plate, I don't eat comfortable with you telling me where the fuck I can go. Listen, all that shit ruins my appetite. When a motherfucker be trying to tell me while I'm trying to eat at the same, don't be telling me.
Yeah.
I'm eating and I'm sitting my ass down, I'm being comfortable. You are ruining the comfort right now with all this horse shit. Fuck out of here. Tell me while I'm eating or before.
That part.
Or after.
So,
fuck out of here.
That was great. They gave us a little tool set. And when I say little tool set, I don't mean little. It was it's a fucking apartment and house leasing company.
Yeah.
They know what tools are. Her son,
Right.
Funny enough, my boss's son, I don't know if I said this on here or not. When I was still in the field, when I was a truck driver, I had him shadow me, and he ended up becoming a maintenance man. So she had him pick out the tools for the tool set. So I thought that was cool. And then on each tool, there was a little message that like pertained to message that corresponded with the tool that it was. I'm like, oh, that was nice and thoughtful.
Yo, do your best to keep up with your tools. You know,
well, there's a bay.
I mean,
it came with a whole
Yeah, I've had several tools.
No, I need you to do better. That sounds like a failure on your part.
And no, it 100%.
Oh,
right. Not putting shit back.
Right.
Letting motherfuckers borrow it.
Oh no, that part's not gonna happen. No, that part's not gonna happen. Yeah, there's only 2, maybe 3 people who I would ever let borrow a tool, and that's because I have access to their houses.
Yeah. The problem is I was being a tool while owning tools, and
it's not a good combination. It's not a good combination. So yeah, it was really nice. They got us a couple potted plants or whatever. Okay. You know, people think
was it weed?
People think of no. People think of domestic shit when you talk about marriage.
Oh yeah, always.
So
always.
Yeah, tool set, plants, and then there were a bunch of gift cards,
video games.
Man, I wish they would have thought
that would have been dope.
Yeah, that'd have been really nice.
That's household plants.
It is.
You need to relax.
Absolutely.
Just
slide me, you know. But anyway, so that was really cool, and again, I appreciated that a lot. So we're basically here. The busiest time period of my life, as far as the sheer amount of things going on, is almost over. But my cousin's RSVP. So DJ hit me up yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, is such and such invited to the wedding?" I said, "Of course."
I am. Like, why wouldn't I be?
Shut up.
Oh,
I said, "Of course." And he says, "Does he know that?" And I'm like, "God damn it." So I hit Chrissy. And it's funny how miscommunication works, right? So I hit Chrissy. His name is Damon. I hit Chrissy. I said, "Hey, Damon RSVP, right?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, can you send me a screenshot?"
Yeah.
Her response was, "Oh, I didn't look at that. I looked at the seating chart."
Oh.
Okay, sure. Well, can you look? So she looks and she says, "That's the one whose name I didn't recognize, right?" I said, "No, his name is Damon." So she sends me a screenshot of my uncle, whose name is not Damon.
Right.
And she says something like, it was this one, and I thought it was something like that. I can't remember. And the email address is like Daddy Demand. I said, "Babe, that does not say Damon." It says Daddy Demand. That does not say Damon. So she calls me and explains how she arrived there. And I'm like, "No, his name is something completely different." And then she remembers, because of course she is my source for all this wedding stuff. She has much more information about everything than I do.
Well, of course.
And then she remembers, like, "Oh yeah, my goddaughter put Damon on her RSVP. Apparently, nobody told him that."
Oh.
So
He didn't even
I
know.
had to, right. So I hit him up like, yo, I don't know what the fuck going on. I just do what I'm told in this whole process.
Yeah.
Either your sister or your mother told your niece to go ahead and RSVP for you. I'm assuming they just never told you that, but that's what happened. We have your RSVP. And he was like, all right, cool. So crisis averted there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this upcoming week is going to be the busiest yet. Last minute prep and appreciation for the party is going on in a couple of hours, which is why, yeah, whatever.
The busiest yet is a very good way to put that.
Yeah.
It's
hanging with Chrissy's mom tomorrow for her birthday. I still work Monday through Wednesday. Tuesday is the wedding rehearsal. Thursday we get our nails done. Friday we get our hair done. Saturday is the wedding. Things left that don't as of yet has a designated day. It's like 3 or 4 other things, and I'm probably forgetting 1 or 2. Time for pre-wedding reflections. I am never doing this again. Now, some would say, why would you say that? Because of course you aren't doing it again. Yes, ideally, we will be together forever, and that is the plan.
Right.
I'm not going to speak the,
Chris said, don't ask me no questions.
But the amount of time and funds and decisions, etc., that go into this particular process is insane. Again, of course, the plan is to be together forever, obviously. But in the event that a thing that I won't even give life to happens, there will never be another woman that will ever convince me to do anything close to a traditional wedding again. Anything close to a traditional wedding will never happen again. The amount of potential
courthouse shit.
The amount of potential and actual disasters that we had to navigate during this process, absolutely fucking ridiculous. Also, have I mentioned I don't like people?
That's the other thing. That hump right there. First of all, the good thing is most of the people you got to spend time with are people
I love them.
Fuck with, right?
Yes.
So that helps.
That helps. But it does not completely solve. They are still people.
Yeah.
And my people understand that.
And you need a break from them people.
Thankfully, they understand that. But nigga, Chrissy said, facts. This is my second time.
Ryan says he has questions.
Listen, we ain't got time. McKenna said, people renew their vows as well. Yeah, but it won't be anything like this.
No, it'd be cool.
If we do a vow renewal, that will be fine. But that will literally just be a party.
That should be pillow talk.
Yeah, you stupid.
Hey, baby.
No.
Hey, baby.
If we decide to do something for it, we can do something for it. But it won't be to the magnitude that this is.
Right.
Like, it'll just be effectively a party.
That part right there, Chrissy, it'll be a private beach.
Something like that.
That part, yeah.
Like part. It won't be like this. This was a lot. And that part is the chaotic good of what I was talking about, because obviously it's going toward a good purpose. It's a good means to a good end. Well, a chaotic means to a good end. Right. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so we want to thank all of you for joining us once again for another rousing edition of the Black Culture Geeks podcast. Let's be very clear. This upcoming Saturday is the wedding. It should go without saying.
We won't
there
be
will
here.
Be no show.
Yeah.
There will be no
I'll be
show.
busy. I'll be busy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Also, please remember there's always music.
Facts, McKenna. Always music. Always, always, always.
Music from the past, current music, and future music. So get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? And also,
there's always merch.
It's always merch now.
It's clean Black Culture Geeks.
That's pretty clean, right?
You can slide over to the shop.blackculturegeeks.com or www.blackculturegeeks.com/shop. Either one of those, and you will see our merch store.
Yes. Also, we have, of course, our website. Go check that out as well. Any articles you may not have read yet, they are there and available. As far as Majestic Comics is concerned, there's books. We got books. We got
Mhm.
physical ones in stock and all of that.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
and soon we're gonna have the Singularity books
Yeah.
in stock there too as well. So yeah, go check out MajesticComics.shop. Also, about that platform that we got the patent. Yeah, it's real in the field.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
going to change the way people read comics.
That is
We
no
will be
hyperbole.
the Steam of comic books.
Right.
That's going to be a whole thing. But
Yeah.
we'll give you more information on that as soon as we're ready. Also, don't forget Metas and Mutants with my man Super Side Guy and Hendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a while until Heard Through the Grapevine is back.
It was supposed to be the 20th. Now it's
Mhm.
probably going to be the 27th.
Okay.
Unless something has changed.
So potentially the end of the month.
Yeah.
They will be back in rare form. I'm sure it's going to be a lot for them to talk about because a lot of stuff that took place since their last episode. So make sure you go and check their shit out as well. As far as music concerned, SBJ has music.
Always.
I have music.
Always.
GA has music. Raiden has music.
Eddie has music.
Eddie has music.
All music. All the time.
It's a lot of music. GG has music.
Facts.
It's a lot of music. All over the place. Check all that stuff out.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so for my man SPJ,
you
Songs of Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.